Hello everyone, and welcome to Let's Play Hellgates 2 by Patrick, or just Pad for short. This is another dev request. The dev reached out to me and requested I try this one for the channel. This is a game with heavy Secret of Mana and Zelda influence that was made with RPG Maker 2000, which is probably the engine I'm the least familiar with, and apparently it also took 8 years to make. The dev also told me that the game was apparently originally released in German and only the first chapter is in English so far, so I probably won't be able to play past that because I am not bilingual, but... Wait, no, Dutch? I don't know. I'm bad at foreign language stuff. Begin your journey or basic rules. This already, feels very different from, most games of this type that I see. Let's see what some of the rules are. Oh, hold on. What do we got here? Oh, spacebar is attack? Okay, that might take a while to get used to. Becomes important later on. Okay. You can only attack when the bar is full. Well, there's the Secret of Mana influence right there. Enemies will attack as soon as you close the menu. Well, let's go ahead and try it. Why not? Okay, typically when I play an RPG, I typically go for the hardest difficulty, but for this particular game, since it apparently plays so different, I'm just going to go for the normal setting instead. The foes are weak and puny, there is no alternative ending. Oh, I didn't realize the game was going to punish me for it. This is kind of weird. It's either... It feels like the game is either shaming me for picking the normal mode or going just go all in or you will not get the best ending. I don't know. Locking the best ending behind a hard mode is not something I'm really against, but I feel like the normal mode shouldn't say the foes are weak and puny or I don't know. I mean, I can only play the first chapter right now anyway, so we might as well. There's a quick start too. That kind of tells me this game might be set up in such a way that you're encouraged to play through it multiple times. I already feel kind of intimidated. Whoa. You know, the thing I love about RPG Maker 2000, I don't know why, but every game I've ever played, that's made with the software, it just oddly feels like a Super Nintendo RPG. I don't know if it's the music, but game design pad. All right. Or how pixely the sprite work is. I don't know. These types of games always feel like Super Nintendo games to me. When was RPG Maker 2000 released? Well, I'd assume 2000, but I don't know. Computers weren't the greatest in 2000. So, hey, maybe, you know, games from this era always have a weird charm to me. I don't know why. I kind of grew up with Genesis, so I didn't really get into RPGs until I got a PlayStation a few years later. So I kind of missed out on that era. I had to play games like Secret of Mana and Chrono Trigger later. Although I personally prefer Secret of Evermore more, actually. I just really like that game a lot. One day I should Let's Play that one. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Apparently there's also a lot of character customization in this game, which I always look forward to. Given it's done well, I don't know. A lot of these games have very small teams, so trying to make a game with like a lot of like gameplay options can be incredibly difficult from a testing standpoint. I got faith in the dev though. Valadurs Erbe? I'm not quite sure how you're meant to to pronounce that. Also, if this Let's Play gets demonetized because I put hell in the title, I'm gonna be very angry, I do have to say. An unspeakable terror scours the land. The Golden King has fallen. The people have lost their leader. His only son remains with a strong arm, but weak of heart. He gathers the remains of a shattered nation. A fortress harboring a dark past becomes the last bastion. If it falls, the world will fall too. I hope this game has a lot of story in it too, because it's been a while since I played the game with like an honest-to-God, like, really good story. I mean, the other games I've played have had good stories, but like a game where like the story is the central, theme. A soul in search of answers. You have to face the questions before you will find any answers. So tell me, you have to embrace one of them, what choice will you make? Is that a wand? Well, I always like being a magic user in these games. The Staff of Knowledge. Also, this is literally the options they give you in Kingdom Hearts. Knowledge leads to enlightenment or to madness. Yeah. And if you have to deny one of the... Oh my god, this is Kingdom Hearts! Well, whenever I play Kingdom Hearts 1, I always take the staff and give up the sword because I love magic builds in Kingdom Hearts. Like, those are my absolute favorites. Like, it's so much fun to break those games of magic. A faint hope for the weak, but also their damnation. Yeah, I'll give up the sword. So tell me, a creature from the forest, pure innocence, imbued with magic. Is this the answer you seek? Yes. One last question. When the people of this world call you, which name do you hear? Is that what I look like? Okay. There's not enough letters for Game Dog, so I'll just put in what I typically abbreviate it as. There we go. The only time you're allowed to capitalize the D in Game Dog. A being worthy to end what I have begun. The enemy amasses his forces right in front of our gates. The siege has begun. What happened to the troops that were out in searching for survivors? I personally picked our best scouts. They arrived at the fortress just before the enemy closed in on us. The report will arrive at any moment. Do you have any other questions? It's the fortress. Little do we know about the tragedy that struck this accursed place. I didn't expect the High Lord Forts, out of all people, to start believing ghost stories. You are getting old. These are told to scare our little ones. This is an invulnerable fortress that protects us against the true horrors that are right in front of our gates. My dear High Lord Gent, the things you said are true, but don't you see it? The last remains of the world, of the whole kingdom, cooped up in this miserable rock where we're all living beings vanished 7 years ago, and... Once you leave the castle yard, you fall victim to the merciless hauntids. I prefer to pick the lesser evil. What are hauntids? Are those heartless, if we're going to keep going with Kingdom Hearts analogies? Let's focus at the task at hand. The captain is approaching with his report. My lord, the troops have returned. I am aware of this. Get to the point. Was the mission successful? They excavated 6 people, 2 children and 4 combat apprentices, judging by their clothing. 6 people from the whole western province? I refuse to believe my ears. The enemy forces were rampaging in the area long before we arrived. My heart is filled with grief. This is not the time for mourning. Ready your troops and send these apprentices to the training grounds. No, we will not waste any precious resources to train them. Explain yourself. Why should our forces reject reinforcements? You don't get it. Inexperienced soldiers like these would die before they can draw their swords. They are a liability. I have to disagree with you, old man. This siege will go on for some time. We have plenty of opportunities to train them thoroughly. You are wrong again, Ghent. There is no drinkable water in the damned fortress. I'm losing my patience. I told you that I will solve this problem soon. My troops will find the blocked source. Nothing but empty promises. If you are even able to find the source, I will train your beloved brats personally. How do you like that? Generous as ever, Forts. Is it Forts? A lot of the names in this so far, I'm not 100% certain how you're supposed to say them. I'll remember your promise, just wait and see. Instruct our latest refugees, Captain. At your command, my lord. Attention, civilians. Welcome to Fortress Valadurs. At the moment, our troops don't need any reinforcements. I suggest you make yourselves useful and try to help out. The other refugees, just try not to stand in our way. We will drive the enemy forces away as soon as we can. Follow me, little ones. Amazing. This is the most mysterious fortress in the whole world. How many artifacts are hidden in hidden chambers will we discover? Dog, are you even listening? I thought elves are supposed to be clever. I'm an elf, okay. Hey, I won't try to comfort you because there are no words that can undo all the terrible things we have been through. But do you really believe silence will do you any good? Will it bring back all the people that were slaughtered? Muster your courage and face your past. If you excuse me, I'll check out the front yard of the castle. This is the Fortress Valadurs. Use the arrow keys to move around, use the spacebar to talk to people, or check out objects. It seems like the Z key does work as the spacebar, which I am very happy about, because I have a hard time getting used to anything else. The people in the fortress have lots of stories to tell. Once you have seen enough, go back to the main entrance and into the front yard of the fortress. Okay, where am I? Let's talk to people. The silent defenders of Fortress Valadurs. How do I open my menu? Well, one way to find out. Oh. You can use IJKL for this? Okay. Interesting. Huh, can I not open my menu yet? Alright. He's such a crybaby. My belly hurts. I need more food. I'm terribly sorry, but rations are only handed out once a day. Come again tomorrow. A lot of stuff is blocking your way. This is all we were able to save. I'm doing the best I can, but these crates are way too heavy. Can you move them onto the gap between those other crates? It's way too heavy for you. I thought I just stumbled onto like a puzzle or a side quest. What have we done to deserve this? Everyone we know is murdered ruthlessly. We are merchants, but our possessions are lost. Everything we worked for our lives for has been destroyed. But, were they that wealthy, or did they resort to slavery? This fortress is way bigger than it is allowed to be. Oh, the dev told me books is how you save. Ooh, oh, that's a cool save, screen. What does this option do? Does that quit the game? Yeah, it does. Okay. Why would anyone write anything down in a diary he finds lying around? I don't get it. I like self-awareness. Okay. We are guarding the entrance. We get no rest because of the lack of soldiers. Property of the guards. Okay. Why are these, like, not on fire? Yeah, whatever. Me? I'm waiting for my equipment. What will you do? We do now. Is this supposed to be your new home? You don't look like a soldier to me, and you don't look like a blacksmith either. We are providing the army with new weapons, so go play elsewhere. King Waffen. Is that German? Huh, okay. I don't speak or understand German, by the way, if that makes sense, or if that isn't obvious enough already. I am very much relying on the translation here. The former owner of this fortress was called Valadur. He was the last in an old and venerable bloodline. What happens to him? Some time ago during a stormy night, every human soul just vanished from this fortress. Yeah, I gotta say, though, I'm not sure if English is the dev's second language or something, or if he is, like, fluently bilingual in both German and English, but this game has, like, a really good translation so far. Like, I have played some games with some very rough translations, but this one is, like, really good. I think, like, that one NPC was still speaking German, but I'd chalk that up to just the dev missed that one, which I can understand with this many NPCs, because this is honestly kind of impressive so far. He was just a lonely man for sure. Nobody visited him up here, and I can't remember many people that were invited into his fortress. A suspicious man. Who knows how many corpses were buried below the fortress? Oh, a young one. We are discussing the history of the fortress. You may listen if you are interested. Oh, you just need to be the center of the tension, don't you? Just go away. Okay. I believe that Valadur was a mad and power-hungry researcher. I bet one of his failed experiments ate him alive. We elderly people can barely help in this dire times. I am glad that we were not left behind. Nothing but nonsense. He was an honorable idealist who preferred solitude. He never started any wars, never threw anyone into the dungeon, and did not participate in any schemes. The cellar's an eerie place. We try to avoid it. That means I should go down there. That's in German. That's in German. I'm assuming all the story, specific stuff has been translated. I don't know why, but I really like the music of this area. Wait. Is this Super Metroid music? It sounds very familiar. Huh. Do you want to get shot at? Move out the way. Okay. What did that do? Oh! Are you mad? This is no game, you imbecile. Okay. What does the one on this side do? The switch is jammed. Okay. Can I not get to that staircase? Alright. That's in German. Oh, silence, fine soldiers you are, sprouting nonsense and running around like headless chickens. Did they even speak? I don't remember hearing any haunted voices. Haunted phantoms? Aren't they called Deathbringers? Is that a Harry Potter reference? Because that's what they do wherever they go. The wretched undeads are behind us. The haunted are our enemies, and they are as cruel and merciless. They are spawns from hell for sure. Oh, I like that transition. Get your dirty hands off. This is our national treasure. It is told that that a mere touch will grant you new abilities. Only the privileged ones may get closer since we don't want to deplete its power. Interesting. Is this a puzzle? Looks like a very basic puzzle. What's with the numbers? Oh, is this like a warp point? Some kind of keyhole? Okay. I'm gonna assume that's like a fast travel area. These are oh, this guy. There should be a water source in the western part of the front yard, but our search was not successful yet. Oh, know your place. Begone. Okay. The level of the fortress was rearranged for defense purposes. The upper floors allow for more luxury, but only the most important people are allowed up there. Oh, okay. We're at 20 minutes. I think we're going to leave it off here. There we go. That is a really cool screen. I don't know why. Okay, as per usual, I like to keep the first episode on the shorter side, just so I can make sure everything recorded right. I'll see you folks next time. This is interesting so far. I like the story. I haven't gotten to any gameplay yet, but I like the story so far. And I'll see you folks later. Thanks for watching.